Hi, my name is Caleb. Today's video is going to be about being in pain, physical pain, and how I use being in pain to integrate it and gain insights from it. So, of course, if you're in pain, you want to do what you can to be able to heal your body. Spiritual bypassing would be saying, my body is just a construct, my mind is just a construct. Any pain that I have is just a construct in my awareness. And I just need to sit with it and eventually it'll go away. More often than not, it won't eventually just go away. There's practical things that need to be done. So take autonomy for your life and do what you need to do. So anyway, I have nerve pain and I'm dealing with it right now as I record this video. I feel tense. My shoulders feel tense. My inner thighs feel tense. And my body feels like it's bracing. And I notice my thoughts. My thinking is saying, my thoughts are saying, don't make a video. Wait till you're not in pain. My focus isn't fully there. But yet I'm making the video. Why? Because there's a lot of people in pain. And especially people that are into meditation and yoga and spiritual communities. They're trying to spiritual bypass away their physical pain. And it's dangerous. So a more holistic approach would be doing deep breathing exercises, researching or going to physical therapy, one that's more holistically focused, paying attention to diet, paying attention to your energy levels, paying attention to your sleep, so many different factors. I've been dealing with posture issues for over 2 years. And I tried physical therapy twice, but I got irritated because it didn't feel holistic enough for me. I do not do well with being told, just do these exercises. I want to know why. I want to know how it feels in my body. I want to know how the mind and the body is connected. And a conventional physical therapist does not care about that and they don't see the value in it. If my mindset was conventional, for one, I wouldn't make this channel. And for two, I would have a conventional physical therapist if I was conventional, because that'd be my mindset. That would be my belief system. That would be my perspective on the world. But I'm not. I'm post conventional. And you may be too. So when that happens, there's more things in your awareness. You don't look at your body as just a machine to be efficient. You don't look at your body as just trapped trauma in your nervous system. You also don't demonize either of those worldviews or beliefs because you realize that there's truth in both of them. If we look through the values model of spiral dynamics, treating your body, your human body, as a machine to optimize and be more efficient is stage orange values. also to look at your body and see it as information of past trauma and things that need to be released in your nervous system. That's stage green values. This video is pointing towards and through a stage yellow value and lens, which incorporates both of those. So what I do is I work out. I strengthen the muscles that need to be strengthened. I also do research on different exercises. That's the stage orange within me, my orange values. My green values, I look at any trauma or any repressed emotions that pop up in my awareness from the pain. The pain triggers it and brings it into my conscious awareness. I pay attention to that. And I also look at different systems. So not only the workout and anatomy systems, not only the psychological, emotional trauma systems, but also systems of my sleep and systems of my energy level if I need to set boundaries. Because I don't see myself as just a human body and a person named Caleb. I see myself as multiple systems interconnected with each other. So it's a different perspective than probably what you're used to hearing, unless you resonate with my channel, and it might be right what you need to hear. So how does this pain look in my daily life when it happens, when I have a flare up? Well, I notice that my thoughts tend to be more negative. They tend to be more defensive. I start using spiral dynamics, 9 stages of ego development, integral theory, Myers-Briggs, all these different models. And I use it to build a defense mechanism and protective shield psychologically for myself. And I'm also working 55 hours a week between 2 entry-level jobs. And that's different than most of the people that talk about the stuff that I talk about. They don't necessarily talk about it in the same way that I talk about it because they don't have the same life situation that I do, to use Eckhart Tolle's concept. A lot of the people that talk about developmental psychology and integral theory, they have really went through the orange stage of achieving and building a life for themselves. So they're academics or they're retired and they don't have to worry so much about money. It wouldn't even occur to them to work an entry-level job because they don't need to. Which ponders the question, why do I have the perspective I have? And why am I making a YouTube channel? Why am I making this video? If I have the same or similar perspective as the people that are academics and don't have to worry about money, why am I working 2 entry-level jobs? That's a good question. That's a fair question. And you should make that critique. My answer is, my trajectory in life, I knew from a young age, around 5 or 6, when I was in kindergarten, I had a non-dual experience. I felt one with everything and nothingness at the same time. I knew after that moment that my life wasn't going to be like most people's. But I also had a challenge where I was medicated at a very young age. And that caused a belief system within myself that my perspective was not valid, that my perspective was not accurate, that my perspective was illogical. Other people didn't tell me that, but I believed that for myself, so it didn't matter what people told me. How does this relate to pain? Well, physical pain, nerve pain, isn't just physical. We have to look at it more holistically. It's also emotional, it's psychological. Especially with nerve pain, if nerve pain oftentimes correlates with emotions and stress management. Recently, I have had changes in my life, and plus the economy. The economy in America and in the world is not healthy right now. There's a lot of people struggling. And when a lot of people are struggling, there's going to be a lot more physical pain because there's a lot more stress, and it puts stress on the nervous system. And so I made this channel to kind of help alleviate that, doing my best attempt. See, physical pain is not what you oftentimes hear, where it's like, it's not just one or two things. It's not just strengthening or stretching a body part. It's not just releasing trauma. It's not putting some chamomile on it and God will fix everything. It's not just everything happens for a reason. It's not just this is just what is and you have to accept it. All those are partially true. A deeper and more holistic look at it is that it's all those. Now that brings up a paradox. And life is a paradox. So everything happens for a reason. Yes. Let's break down this paradox. Everything happens for a reason, yes. There are situations and choices I made in my life that put me in this situation that I find myself right here as I record this video. Everything happens for a reason. Put some chamomile on it. That one might not be as beneficial or optimal, but you can switch the chamomile for, put some heat on it, put some ice on it. It'll get better. Looking at it as a trauma trapped in the body. Yes. With stress, the body braces, your nervous system braces, and your posture changes. And working through that trauma psychologically and emotionally relaxes the body more and has it feel more safe. And the other point of working out, yes, if you work out your body, have it be stronger, it's going to relax your body. It's going to relax your nervous system, which is going to relax the thoughts in your head. But how much deeper does this go? It goes a lot deeper. You realize, and what I realized is when you have chronic pain, you realize that you have different levels of pain throughout your day. You realize that when you're in a lot of pain, your thoughts and your perspective on the world is different. When you have a moment or a day when you're not in a lot of pain or you're in no pain, you notice your perspective on the world is different and your thoughts are different. So when you notice that pattern, if you notice it, you realize that and you start to question, well, maybe I'm not 100% my thoughts and my emotions. Maybe I'm the awareness that is watching these patterns, like weather patterns. It doesn't rain all the time. It's not sunny all the time. It fluctuates. So you start to wonder, well, maybe I'm the awareness behind that observes this whole thing going on. And then it gets deeper if you look at it deeper, which is maybe everybody's doing this, but they're not aware of it. And then it can start to conjure these thoughts and these beliefs of like, well, maybe I see a lot more than everybody else, so maybe I'm special. And that is a tricky part. Because on one hand, yes, you notice a lot more than other people in some domains of life. But it's a humbling experience when you realize that there's other domains in your life, in my life, that there's people that are way better at it than I am. And that's the beautiful thing of humanity and self-awareness, is you can never be so self-aware where you just don't have any foibles, don't have any weaknesses. And it becomes a humbling experience. If you want to map this experience, it's, well, going from green to yellow, the momentous leap, or going from yellow to turquoise for values, or going from strategist to construct aware. It depends on how comfortable you are with not only deconstructing who you are and how you orient and position yourself in the world, but also how much you can handle. Because if we drop all the models, I'm here talking to a camera and you're watching it on a screen, and you have your experience and I have my experience. And there's a deeper level where we feel connected. And all these models, no matter how sophisticated they are in a container. It's a container that we're putting on reality, but reality constantly spills over. Similar, these maps and models, they're beneficial, they're useful, they're necessary. But they're only useful, necessary, and beneficial in the relative domain of life. In the absolute domain, hello. You know, we're here. We're all one. Now, a stage green worldview would say we're all one. A stage orange worldview would say, yeah, we're all one. A stage blue would say, yes, we're all one. How do those look differently in different contexts? Blue would say, a worldview of blue would say, we're all one. All the ones that believe in my religion or my ideology or my belief system, we're all one. All the others, they're crazy, going to hell, going to a dark place, a bad place, but not my chosen group. Stage orange would say, we're all one. My group, my company, my business, my networking community, we're all one. Everyone else is the enemy, or everyone else is competition, and we need to compete because we need to get to the top. It's a dog eat dog world. And those who keep on striving and pull themselves up by their bootstraps are the ones that get ahead. That's the values of stage orange. Stage green would say, yes, we're all one. We're all this one universe, one cosmic energetic field vibrating at different levels. Except for the Nazis, except for the people causing violence, and except for the people that are very into greed and are harming the environment and causing a lot of chaos. They're the enemy. They're too asleep They need to be woken up. That's stage green. Stage yellow. We're all one. Everybody deserves to have their perspective. Not all perspectives are valid. All people are valid. All people deserve respect, but the opinions don't deserve the same amount of respect. Some opinions are going to be wrong all the time. Some opinions are not thoroughly investigated. Some opinions are delusional. Some opinions are harmful for society and for the world. But still, we're all one. And that's a paradox. That's the first time you start to feel the paradox. Like, on one hand, everybody deserves respect, and the opinions and views they have on the world that they believe are their identity do not deserve the same respect or attention. That sounds like a big paradox, because it is. Because many people are 100% infused with their thoughts and their beliefs. And then if you go to stage turquoise, it's we're all one. And there's different stages of development, and they all have an energetic feel. You can use intellectualization, you can use somatic integration, you can use your rational mind, you can use your intuitive mind, you can use your masculine energy, you can use your feminine energy, you can use all those. It sounds similar to green, but it's includes systems thinking and seeing developmental stages and seeing natural hierarchies, where green struggles with that because they view them as oppressive. I don't want this video to be too long, but if you found any value in this video, please leave a comment down below, and you can like the video and subscribe if it resonates with you. And at the end of the day, always remember that you are responsible for your autonomy and discernment, and don't just put me on a pedestal, and don't put anyone on a pedestal, because it's not beneficial for you. And it's more beneficial to take everything that I say and talk about and verify it for yourself in your direct experience, and not just to blindly believe me, and not just to blindly believe anybody. Yes, that sounds very green. Green has some truth in it too. So does orange. So does blue. So does yellow. So does turquoise. Have a good day.